Hello, everyone joining in. As you can see, I'm waiting for my co-host, I guess you can say, to accept the invite to speak. Hope you guys are having a good day. It's a beautiful Monday. I mean, anytime, pal. I got all day, so take as long as you want. Sorry about the dead air. As you can see, it's a one-man show at the moment. Hope you guys and gals are watching. I am your host, Judy Chu, as always. Let me re-invite you again. Let's see if that will work. Yeah, I just resent you a third invite, so hopefully it'll work. I don't know. I've never used Spaces before. Or not. You got all day. Hope you don't mind. I added DV's David as well. Maybe he will like to join, but I don't know if he has the free time. Well, I'm still waiting for someone who was so adamant on speaking. He's very patient on letting me wait, so that's interesting. Hello. Do you want me to add you as a co-host? Would that make you feel better? Should I add you as a co-host? Let me try that. Let me add you as a co-host. Actually, no, because you can literally end this if I gave you the opportunity. That would not be too fun. Try to invite you again. Interesting. Wow, he would leave. Wow, bro. Really? Really? Really, bro? Come on, man. Bro is gonna try a headset. Well, that would have been smart, I think. I'm using my headset. I mean, use your Bluetooth. Use a Walmart microphone, bro. I used to use like a 2008 Bluetooth headset from when I played PS3 in like 2011. Come on, man. Let me invite you to speak again, just in case, because I don't know how spaces work. Give you the benefit of the doubt. Hello, we got another speaker. Hopefully, he will want to join in on this. Filling some dead air. I don't know who this is, but hello. Interesting. I guess maybe this is not working. This is kind of new to me, so I don't know. Maybe it's just not working. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, Mr. Anime Cope Sucking Seed. Or I don't know. Maybe your headset's not working. I don't know. I'm going to say I got another request. I'll approve. And let's see. Are you muted? That's hello. How you doing, man?
Doing all right, man. I just would like to, I just think it's really disappointing for somebody that is knows how to generate AI dragon fart porn, but can't figure out how to speak on Twitter.
Thank you. I perfectly agree with that. Actually, I am someone who actually doesn't make videos. I don't do anything online. And I figured out how to use this. It took me 10 seconds, and I wasn't begging for this all day. I've been telling him, let me delay this maybe just a little bit because, there's some drama going on this certain Kiwi website. And it'll probably, take away from his thunder because he wants to have the spotlight on him. But as the spotlight's on him, he has about 7 or 8 people listening, and he won't speak. And it's very disingenuous for someone to ask for this opportunity and not even partake in it. It's just ridiculous.
I just find
And
it
he
really
doesn't.
funny. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. No, I just find it
No, no,
really
you're good.
funny because I wanted to join because I know there's a lot of people waiting in here that want to want him to clear his name, and the fact that this fucking retard doesn't know how to figure how to request to speak, it's kind of gay. And I thought I'd join in, make it a little bit fun. But if he ever manages to learn how to speak, I would love to be a moderator of this.
I'm perfectly fine with that. So as long as he decides to use his Turtle Beaches or whatever he's using, I don't know because most people I don't know have Apple headphones or those Apple earless, even with the plug or whatever, you can talk with the speaker on it. It takes 2 seconds to plug into your phone. Most phones have earbud jacks, especially him. I know he has an Android. He doesn't have an Apple, bro. It takes you 2 seconds. And I'm still waiting. He asked for this 10 minutes ago. This wasn't something I wanted to do personally, but he's been begging for it. And I said, I will give him this opportunity. And look what I get. I get no thank you. I get nothing. I just get a spoken wall or a brick wall to speak to.
Yeah, no, it's really funny. I just it I just think it's just so cool how and somehow I know he's probably gonna come out of this and be like, actually, it was actually Twitter's fault that I can't figure out how to fucking do it. It's not most computers have built-in microphones. It's not fucking hard, bro. You can figure it out.
He wants at least all of us to use Discord because his Oshi, Mr. Potter Moon, one of the cooler guys on that Kiwi website, he tends to use Discord. So he's like, okay, you should use Discord. I'm like, I'm not going to use Discord. That's not something I'm personally okay with. Just because you want to use it to send me anime fart porn, that's your prerogative. But this is where everyone can have an opportunity to listen because you don't have to have an account on X to listen. But I think on Discord, you have to have a Discord account to watch or screen share or whatever the case may be. And again, bro, it's 12 minutes in and you still can't figure this out. Like, come on, man. Like, do I really have to go out of my way to teach you? Do I have to write written instructions? Plug the headphones in, man. That's all you have to do.
I find it also really funny, um, because Scout Trooper just put out that he just got sentenced to probation for 3 years. So I know I just mentioned his legal stuff, and maybe maybe he won't figure out how to fucking leave the call.
He left the call once and then he told me that he's plugging in his headphones or whatever the case may be. And I'm still waiting. I'm patient. I have all day. I have 100% on my phone. I got 100% on these headphones. I got all day. He wanted this opportunity, and I'm going to give it to him because he won't leave me alone over it. So please, Mr. Anime Sucks Kopitsni, I know you're listening. Can you plug your headphones in? I allowed you as a speaker. I've invited you 4 times. I'm not going to make you a co-host so you can kick people because that's just rude. I would have liked to ask you some questions. So please, if you're listening, join in.
I also wanted to come in too because it would have been really boring and gay if it was just you talking to yourself, and I feel like that we owe these people at least something to make it somewhat entertaining, but it's just this is fucking pathetic. I don't know how long it fucking takes to plug in that headset.
I'm just giving the people what you want, and I hope you guys and gals enjoy. I've been dealing with him for a couple of days now. Not to say I don't deal with my own autistic people because I'm pretty autistic myself, but it would be pretty boring. So I do thank you, and I did invite Joint Air Attack. I don't know if that's Scout Trooper to speak, but I don't know what's going on with this Twitter Spaces because this place is kind of jank. Not to be mean, sorry, Elon. This should be a little bit more streamlined because people with like a lower IQ can't figure out how to even join in the speak. I'm still waiting. Anime sucks open scene. What's going on, man?
Maybe he can't find the fucking plug on his computer.
Oh, I hope not. He can find anime dragon porn farting. He can find Chantel on YouTube, Twitter, Cameo, Instagram, Facebook, Etsy store. He can find her, but he can't figure out how to put in your headphone. Bro, use your phone. Just put it on speaker like a ghetto person does at Walmart. It's all it takes, like 2 seconds, please. You got a whole audience waiting for you, bro. Like literally, you had 10 people watching at one point, and you had all of them leave because you're just dead air right now. That's crazy.
Like we're like fuck me. I joined just to at least keep the fucking video and the fucking stream entertaining. Shit.
I humbly appreciate it because I didn't think it was gonna take this long. And he left. Wow, bro, really? Oh my
Oh,
goodness,
he fucking left.
he left. He really would. Wow. Okay, let me invite him again. Third time.
Oh,
Let's
he's
try it again.
back.
I'm gonna see if he has his headphones in. I invited you as a speaker again. Hopefully you can join. Let me see if I'll fix the rules because there's rules here. It says adjust settings. Let me see what I can do. Let's see. We have to try Discord, bro. I'm not going on Discord. Like you're crazy. You have an audience right now full of people. You have literally 9 people listening to you. You have all the time in the world. I told you, you should have waited, but you were so uh, persistent and eager to do this. So come on, man, speak for forever. Hold your peace.
I just want to let you know, Ian, you're a fucking disappointment for disappointing your fans.
You see, you're disappointing your fans. This is what I try not to do. People ask me to do a stream, I stream. They ask me to make a video, I make a video. People ask me to be funny in the chat, I try to be funny. It's the least you can do to make someone's day. And this man, he promised that he was going to be entertaining. He promised that he was actually going to do something, but we have to use Discord because he's inept. That's crazy.
I also find it extremely funny because he wants to do it on Discord because it's not easily streamable.
He's telling me right now, let's see, he says, why are you ignoring me? I cannot connect, dude. We have to use Discord. I am on the app. It will not let me. Remember, I have restrictions on my account, dude. I am talking right now. You're not muted. It says you're a listener, and I've invited you 7 times.
You can
I don't know what.
It said you could request to speak, and that's what I did, and I instantly got on. How fucking hard.
Yes, you did. It took you 2 seconds. I don't understand. Is the mic muted? Because there's a little mic that has like a little red thing, and you can click that and unmute yourself. That's another thing. It took me like 3 seconds to find that.
You see, at least Noel wouldn't fucking disappoint. At least he would put on his show. He fucking streams while he's sick, and you can't even fucking figure out how to press the unmute button.
It says I'm talking. I am a listener. The desktop browser says I am a speaker. Well, hopefully, let's see if you're speaking in the thing right now. It says you're still a listener. If I make you a co-host and if you end this, I'm going to be very upset because I'm going to allow you just 2 seconds of power. So let's see if this works. I will be very upset if you kick or remove or do anything foolish like end the stream or the kick thing or whatever this is, the space. So I'm going to invite you as a co-host. Let's see if that works. And he still hasn't accepted. So what is going on, Mr. Anime Sucks Copenhagen? Do you not want to be live streamed? You wanted the audience, man. I thought this is what an interview would partake, me speaking, asking questions, people listening, but it seems like you haven't. You accepted the co-host involved. No, you haven't gotten it. Excuse me. I rebuke my statement. It says you haven't accepted it yet. Well, can you please accept it? That's on X. I'm accepting. Well, yeah, we're on. What is this? This is Twitter X. Well, where else are we in, bro? Like, what are you talking about? Just accept to speak. Plug your headphone in, please. I don't understand how harder this could be. I don't even think your account's that restricted either because you can send DMs. If your account's restricted, your DMs would be restricted. I wouldn't be able to see your any of your tweets live. Or you're a listener? Okay. Did you accept the co-host? No. But you moved on up. Let's see. Let's see. Hold the phone. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me? I don't see the stream working. Hello? I don't know, the spaces is just being goofy now, like the microphone has disappeared. That's wild. He won't accept my invite because I can look at the invite accept because I was just offered to be invited again by whoever just accepted, and I'm gonna invite them back just for the time being because he won't accept it because this is being goofy. I approve.
The California criminal statute disobeying a domestic relations court order. He's sentenced on the 9th of June, and he'll be on probation for 3 years, effective immediately. Probation, let's see. So the conditions are there's a financial condition here, a probation revocation, restitution fine in the same effective the same day. I don't really know what that is exactly. But then he's got do not own, use, or possess any dangerous or deadly effective weapon. So he's prevented from owning or possessing any kind of dangerous weapon. So I'm guessing that includes non-lethal types of weapons. Sucks.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I mean, you shouldn't be doing a Rakata and hitting people. That's just rude. Honestly, I don't get what his idea was to beat your mom or whatever the case may be. What the fuck is wrong with you? Like seriously, was it the roids or was it the anime? Your CPU melted from making too much chantel porn. Like honestly, he's fucked up in the head for that one, and I can't defend any. As Ethan Oliver Ralph would say, I do not co-sign on that. I do not co-sign.
Yeah, I don't actually have the details of what the originating like incident was as far as what allowed his mom to get the restraining order against him was. Obviously the court found it persuasive enough, whatever she reported, but he wasn't arrested for that incident. It was for the, going back to the house. I don't know if he scheduled something, and the police were supposed to be there to supervise him leaving the house. Obviously we can't trust his version of the event, but it sounded like he was arrested because he was just stalling or whatever after he had been allowed to go in and get some of his stuff.
Stalling. Do you hear? That was a great word, stalling, because this fucking guy's stalling now, bro.
Yeah, no, I guarantee this is exactly what he did to those deputies. I can't figure out how to get this thing out, or can I go back? Just like, stupid stuff. And eventually they got tired of it. And honestly, they deserve to be commended for just not beating the shit out of him if he tried to pull this shit with them.
Honestly, he should have, because this is just ridiculous. You're a grown man, you're like 30 years old. You should have a little bit of responsibility to understand how to use technology. You could, again, generate AI fart porn. I don't know how most people could even think of doing some shit like that. What prompts did you put in? It's ridiculous. But this man can't take 10 seconds to go out of his way to figure out how to set his trial up or whatever, or his procedure, or whatever the case may be, because I don't follow his life that much, because he's kind of wild, and I'm not peculiar to his lifestyle. But he could have just took time and took some effort to try to better himself instead of beating people. But this is why we're here, trying to figure out this man and waiting for his nonsensical answers. But we'll be waiting.
Yeah, I just wanted to add on and probably educate the people that are watching and Judas himself. So my theory on it is, because like Scout said, it's fucking impossible to trust Ian at his word, because he lies about literally everything. But the issue that I have is that he says that he was allowed to go there by the police, but then he gets arrested. And I know out of having my interactions with police, they don't just tell you to go to a place where somebody has a restraining order and then just fucking arrest you after the fact. So it's obviously, I feel that he showed up on his own volition, and then she called the cops, and then there was already a restraining order, and then he was arrested by then, and then he's just playing victim like he always fucking does. And it's like, well, actually, it was a police fault. Actually, is this. And it just really sucks, because you can't even get his public records because he lives in faggot fucking state California, and you have to be either him himself, or you have to go in person to get his actual police records, which is so fucking gay. And California is the only state that I know where they nickel and dime you every fucking way when you're trying to get records of someone.
Hold the phone. We have the man himself. I just invited him in. How you doing? Is this the real anime sex scope and scene? Hopefully I got you to speak. Hello, can you hear me? Yes, I can hear you. You have the floor. We've been speaking for 31 minutes without you, so I'm going to give you the opportunity to say whatever you want. The floor is yours.
No worries. First off, sorry about that. I am on a restriction, so I guess the restriction also entails that you're not allowed to really talk at all. So you can't be made co-host. If you are a speaker, you can't speak. That's my assumption. I would actually let you start it from the ground up as you wanted to, because I was here on time. I had no idea that Elon would fuck me over that hard. Sorry about that, you guys.
Well, Elon is known for fucking people hard. You see how many kids the man has? He's pretty known for doing that, sir. So,
yeah, I guess I'm also a victim there. Yes, really sorry about that. I'm on my backup account. I had to run out and get my other phone in order to connect. So if you're thinking that I'm making excuses, actually, I'm pretty fucking mad that I couldn't just get started from the top. So I'll let you kick it off.
Well, I'll start with the intro then. So, who are you? Why do you like anime fart porn so much? That's honestly the first thing to start off with, because that's what most people are interested in. So, the floor is yours.
Well, I mean, I will go ahead and answer that, but I mean, right before I got my phone, we were talking about a more serious topic. Maybe we want to start there. And by the way, as far as anime fart porn, if you know anything about me, I'm not into anime fart porn. It's furry fart porn.
I mean, they're both animated, so I didn't understand that there was a difference. One is a furry, but one is anime. They're kind of the same thing. Arcade couldn't decipher.
Listen, like, there's basically two topics here at hand, which is basically the stuff that I'm into, and then also the entanglement I'm involved in right now. So I kind of don't want to necessarily.
Oh, actually,
Uh,
I hate to interrupt. Please
okay.
explain the entanglement, because that's a great way to put it. I couldn't even word it that way. Explain your entanglement, please.
All right. Well, I last I heard, someone was reading off the court order and the probationary terms. I actually have that document here, which it basically says like my entire list of punishments. I'm more than happy to start there as far as what I'm currently dealing with.
Please, that
It's
would be entertaining. Please, please.
Sure. All right. And as far as recording, by all means, I'm not averse to that. Discord was just an alternative, and Meets, which I have no experience with, was also just an alternative. It's not trying to me worm my way out of this. So there's like 20 bullet points. It's more like 15. Let me go ahead and go over it. So probationary conditions are, well, first of all, I have to pay $720 just as a basically a crime fee, which is ridiculous. Community service, 40 hours. There is where is it? Okay. There is a mandatory outpatient program for anger management and mental health issues and drug use. That's whatever. I don't tick those boxes, so I'm not concerned there. I'm looking here. I think that anger management thing is also effectively the batterers program. Basically, it's a 52-week course on how to not attack women.
Be people, yeah, you shouldn't attack women. I hate to interrupt, but I don't think you need a 52-week.
I absolutely agree. You shouldn't attack women. I have never actually, so it feels it's a bit of a.
You're accused of attacking your mother, bro. How are you not
Hang
be
on,
able to go through?
hang on. Yeah, no. Hang on. I understand. Um, I'm not exactly ignorant as far as what people are. Can I finish?
Yeah, let's get
Sorry,
through the
you
probation
cut out for me, so I didn't
conditions.
hear you.
Yeah, I didn't even get through that. First off,
Let's
second
get
off,
through the probation conditions, then we can go back to the actual insight.
yeah, okay, yeah. Maybe I can finish point one before we move on to the next point. So, 100 yards away from the victim. The rest is boilerplate. Don't annoy, harass, or molest anyone involved in the case. It's that set. The main thing that pisses me off is that 52-week course, because the way that's for cost, meaning that to enroll it's 30, each session is 30. When you do the math, it's something between like 1,500 that I'm going to end up paying on top of that other 720. So it's pretty steep, and then also there's the no firearms conditions, and then also on top of this, there's a 10-year restraining order placed upon me between myself and my mom. Ironically, actually, that doesn't actually encompass my father nor my pets, my dogs or my cat. So, okay, actually, it is.
I hope you're not.
What?
I said I was gonna add. I hope you're not beating your pets, because that would
No.
just be an added stipulation to your crimes. Because we don't need you going to jail for no more nonsense that you already are. Let's put it that way.
Well, it's a good thing that that's not my character, so I'm not necessarily concerned as far as that. Yeah, and it actually.
Isn't your character a donkey?
Yeah.
Let me repeat that. Isn't your character a donkey? Yeah.
Yeah, it is a donkey, but it's not someone that beats women, for number one. And it actually is a different bullet point. The outpatient for the anger management and then the 52-week domestic violence, these are two different things. So, yeah, they pretty much threw the book at me. Why I surmise that is because when you refuse a plea deal, the plea deal basically is its own thing, and of course, because I'm innocent, I was absolutely refusing every single plea deal that they offered me, both the ones including and excluding jail time. But basically, when you lose, they throw the whole book at you. So that's pretty much the probationary thing. I'm more than happy to actually take a PDF scan of this, or at least just the probation conditions, omitting the other information,
May
and I
you?
can send that to you.
That would be
Furthermore,
fantastic. Actually, you should
yeah,
do that
yeah,
definitely.
yeah, I mean, yeah, I will do that. As far as like doing that on the call, if you really
Obviously,
want,
you can't do that on the
yeah,
call,
no,
obviously, but put that on your Kiwi Farms thread because I know you 10 alerts still.
well, I mean, it is a good site.
I agree. Actually, I can't argue. That's the one point I will give you. It is a great site.
I think you might find that there's a great many points you might give me here. Furthermore, because of the fact that there was in fact a civil case component to this, I actually did kind of have a neat stack of supplemental documentation that would have aided my case. But like I said, OBL posted in my thread, the judge actually tossed out the initial request for the restraining order, which is true. Long story short, this matter, the initial request for the restraining order resulted in a civil case that would have, of course, contested the legitimacy of the initial restraining order. I was more than happy to actually fight against that, but per my public defender's advice, she recommended that I request a continuance for that. That postponed it, I believe, from May 1st or something to June 26th. So the criminal case occurred. The trial went through. I lost. Every single argument.
I apologize. I hit the wrong button. I am so sorry. If you guys may unmute yourself, I apologize. That was me. I was going to add the jury trial. How long did that last? Was that like a week, 2 weeks, 2 months? I wanted to.
Yeah, no. So the jury trial itself, that at first, so my first appearance in court was when I was still under, what do you call it? I was still in cuffs. That was it. Basically was from April 15th. That's when I first met the judge, and then it absolutely concluded. Verdict handed down June 9th. So it went for a while. As far as the jury trial itself, that was over the court jury trial, not including the jury selection. That was 3 days. I think that was June 2nd, no, June 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
And would you say was that situation stressful by any chance? Because I have never been in front of a jury, so allow
Well,
me to go
I
on.
mean, the answer is of course, but I mean, as far as my conduct in court, I was extremely proud of my conduct because basically I wrote
Why you
down
crossed your T's and dot your I's, and you folded your hands and you said yes sir, no sir. Is that
well,
how?
can I finish?
Oh, of course. I'm sorry. I'm just being rude.
So every single thing uttered in that courtroom, I wrote down. Basically, I have a very nice, what is in effect, a court transcript of everything that was said. I have that on hand. So and I am appealing the verdict that was handed to me because, of course, I maintain I was innocent. I have that ready to go for a lawyer, and
Do you
I
still
am, of course,
maintain your innocence?
yes, I didn't do anything wrong that day. I was not the aggressor in circumstances leading up to that day. And to be honest, long story short, I'm incredibly disappointed in my mother. I guess I understand where she felt.
Disappointed in your mother? What?
Yes, she lied. Yes,
Why?
yes, correct. Yes, she lied to the police. That's not okay.
Well,
How did she lie to the police? Please elaborate. Actually,
Uh, would you like me? All
if
right,
you if you may.
I can, but we're kind of bouncing all over the place right now. So I'm just trying to.
Okay, let's focus on one idea then. Go finish your
Right.
train of thought, and then we can move on to that.
Yeah. So as far as my court conduct, I'm extremely proud of that, just because, and I did have to, of course, testify. I gave my circumstances of what occurred that day, but it didn't matter because, in effect, the prosecution brought out 3 police testimony as to what occurred that day. They also brought out the body cam footage that like it's a lot of evidence that I'm up against, and then it's just my word on the defense side. And then also, by the way, my public defender went with an appeal to a motion argument in the closing statement, which horrified me. So it was then that I knew I was going to lose. So like, as far as am I surprised what occurred, I'm not. But I mean, as far as my conduct in court, I am extremely proud of it because I wasn't foolish in there.
So, question, Ian, that
Yeah.
you were charged with disobeying the domestic relations court order, and based on like your narrative of what happened, you were present, like you had arranged to get some of your belongings at your mom's place.
No. Actually, right? it wasn't as well. I mean, more or less, but it wasn't necessarily an arrangement. They were still on the police were still there on the scene. So I asked them basically. So when they first serve, I'm allowed to go in. One of the only things I do is secure my notary public stuff, just because by law, notary public tools need to be secured, whether by a locked door or through some sort of safe. So I secured them in a safe, and then I was escorted out, kind of pushed out by the officers. That's caught on camera, where I basically say, I'm not certain if my property's safe, and then they say, let's go. They shove me out. They marched me down the street, and of course, this is my...
there's body cam footage?
Huh?
There's body cam footage of the situation, is what you're saying.
There is. However, I'm unsatisfied with what the prosecution presented because there's a lot missing. Because what the so let me finish my my what do you call it? My story, basically, which is in conflict with what the prosecution alleges. Yeah. So I allege that I'm marched halfway down the block, and then the cops walk away, and then I'm reading the papers, iclacourt.org, and if you know anything about trying to access a government website on a mobile browser, it's a nightmare. It crashes, and it's very unreliable. And because when I saw the restraining order, I was thinking, okay, well, this is not right. There's many things I'm reading here that are just not true. Of course, I'm going to contest it. And I had a pretty good case for that. So I actually speak with the officers that are still there on the scene. I'm still out of 100 yards, and I say, hey, you're still here. Can I get the laptop that's in there? It's going to help me appeal this whole thing. And that's when the female cop says, no, and actually you're under arrest. To which I reply, is that a joke? And she says, no, like arms behind your back. And
okay, so you were ordered to leave. Let me get this straight. You were ordered to leave, you left, and then you returned, and they just happened to still be there.
When police
arrived, did you step onto your mom's property?
No. No. And let me detail a little bit. So that's still within the front, but you could still be within the front of the house without being 100 yards within. And when they've sent police out, there were some 5 squad cars. So my options there were to basically either go around, like I probably should have done that, or go around the block and like sneak up on the officers that are in the back of where they came, because it, like, if you just look and come across,
would you?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Sneak up on them.
No, exactly. No. I agree. I actually agree. That's why I didn't do that that day.
Shit, I heard all day, bro. What are you talking about? I snuck up on an officer. What are you doing?
Well, I didn't do that. I agree that.
What are you talking about? I mean.
Yeah, that's hilarious, but I just said that I did not do that. I said maybe I should have done that because in retrospect, that may have not resulted in me immediately getting cuffed, but at the same time, I had no idea that me asking a question to the officers would have resulted in me getting cuffed. So I don't see your point.
Well, that's not what resulted in you getting cuffed. You getting cuffed was a result of you returning to the scene that you've been ordered away from.
I'm still not within 100 yards of it. So I would actually still, I would still quibble with that and say that, yeah, that sounds like a gotcha, but you can still communicate with the police there.
It's not a gotcha.
It's the situation.
If you're not supposed to be around a certain property,
you can just still communicate with the police that are there without violating the restraining order. Did you even go back
and measure it? Like, do you have any measurements to support that you weren't within 100 yards or 100 feet, whatever?
It's 100 yards, and I mean, if you're pretty good as far as measuring, you can kind of estimate that. There was a lot of birth.
Did you introduce any of that evidence into your trial?
No, I couldn't, because when I brought it up to my public defender, she deemed it immaterial.
I just want to ask one question. Ian, why do you believe that your mom would lie on a police report?
Well, I mean, I've read the restraining order here, and there's simply stuff that's not true. That's number one. And number two, if you're asking why, so my dad does have a drinking problem, and of course, I think that like the most charitable interpretation that I can give it is that she thought I would kind of become a mini version of him and drink and then become violent. But that's just not true. I don't really drink. I'm not a violent person. So I think that she acted defensively in advance, and the fallout from that was me catching a criminal charge and then me having to deal with the fallout of all of this. Let me read through the documentation right here.
Well, you caught a criminal charge because of your conduct after the fact. Like you weren't charged for some kind of assault or
correct
abuse before that.
No, right, but I mean, regardless, I still have a misdemeanor on my record now, and I'm having to deal with that.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. So your mom believed that you were going to end up just like your dad. How does that correlate to you getting a restraining order? I just want clarification. That's all.
Well, I mean, you're asking me to be a mind reader, so I'm just giving my best estimation of why she would have acted in advance.
Well, I mean, I lived with your mom. I would assume you would know her.
Well, no shit, but I mean, we're talking. All right, so you can know. All right, so she knows me, but if she's also thinking that I'm doing substance abuse, as we all know, when someone is doing substance abuse, they change.
May I ask, aren't you on steroids by any chance? Like, I'm just saying, bro.
What?
Aren't you on steroids?
No.
You promise?
Yes.
You pinky swear, double cross your heart, hope to die. Okay.
Yes, steroids involves injection. I am deathly afraid of needles, and I actually don't trust my ability to inject without injecting an air bubble, which would immediately lead to a stroke. Yes, I'm not on steroids. Next question.
Actually, there's steroids that you can apply through the skin.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm still not on steroids.
Okay.
And actually, I know what you're referring to. I think you're actually referring to the oral steroids, and those cause issues in your liver. Another reason why I wouldn't take that.
Rubbing oral steroids on your skin.
All right, doctor, what is your recommendation then? I use a skin application. Regardless, I don't want to use steroids.
Okay, so you don't want to, but you do, or
I am not on steroids. I don't want to use steroids, and I actually don't feel the need to use steroids. Next question.
On the topic of drugs, hold on. On the topic of drugs, what you mentioned something about your mom being on substance.
No, I did not. I did not. No. If I can finish the previous thought, her fear was that I was going to be on a substance, namely alcohol, and then whatever drug. Also, by the way, it's worth mentioning that one time back in 2019, I was just having such a good day. This is when I was actually living outside of home. She didn't have any physical ailments. I stopped by the house. She actually thought I was on methamphetamine, so her and one of my siblings actually cornered me, forced me to take a drug test because they thought I was on methamphetamine. So I took the drug test and I passed, and they were just really confused. So,
have you ever been diagnosed with bipolar mania or
no
any other kind of like mood disorder?
No.
No mood disorders whatsoever.
No, correct, none.
Okay, I'm gonna ask, with the methamphetamine accusation, why? What were you doing to have those accusations? Were you just sporadic or punching walls?
No, I wasn't living at home. I biked like early in the morning. I biked like from 3 a.m. to like some 7 a.m. and then I stopped by the house, and I was really just having a very good day. So I guess they chalked up like my upbeat positiveness to, I know how that sounds, but like I guess what they interpreted that as like a significant mood change, and like he's on some sort of upper. So, to look out for him, let's have him take this drug test. And hey, if he's sober, he's sober. And if he's not, well, it's a good thing we made him take the drug test. So I took it, and of course it was negative, and they were literally just scratching their heads. Kind of a funny story, but I mean, that they distrusted me for not being on, that they distrusted me and thought I was on methamphetamine. That is a little bit sad, but I mean, hey, you know, I don't use drugs, so I have a clear conscience there.
Can you tell us again, what exactly did your mother allege that you did?
Quite a bit.
Okay, so
quite a bit.
The main,
so one of the primary things is that I was, I mean, she in the criminal case, when the verdict was already sentenced, she was able to give a victim's statement at the very end, and she mentioned bruising on her wrist, and I was trying to think what she was talking about, and I think I know what, actually. So, day of my arrest, we can. I'm an open book as far as the day of the arrest. We haven't really talked about what led up to her calling the cops. But
wait, hang
we have all day.
Well, no. Let me get to what the bruising is.
No, I don't care about, like, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what I'm asking about. I'm asking about the behavior that she alleged that she took to court and that they granted a restraining order against you for. What exactly did she allege that you did that convinced a judge to grant a restraining order? I
get what you're asking. Let me read through the documents here. It's I'm reading the DV-100. Yeah, it's unfortunate, but it's just a lot of nonsense. Here under Section 5 of the DV-100, Section 5D, did the person cause you emotional or physical harm? Yes. Push me, grab my arms, almost caused me to fall. This never happened. Section F, give more details about how the person was abusive on this day. His behavior was escalating over the past week, and her handwriting is kind of messy, I think, and a fall. He's been harassing. He broke a cabinet door in the house. I moved, called the police immediately, and they recommended I obtain a restraining order. That never happened as far as me causing her to fall. As that cabinet, that I would say that's really unfair that she brought that up, because, I mean, I don't have images of the inside of the house, but she has a lot of antique furniture, and by antique, I mean old and rotting. And the cabinet that I broke, quote unquote, the hinges actually rotted off. And I probably should have taken a picture right then and there, but it was like mold on the inside. So, like, if you just open the cabinet a bit more than it's supposed to, which is what I did, it came off.
Do you know how much strength it takes to rip a cabinet? Like, you're telling me you had a fit of...
Again, this is an old, moldy cabinet.
I'm not saying that it isn't. I'm just saying it takes a bit of physical exertion in order to rip a cabinet.
Not really, though, because, like I said, if you just open it a bit more than it's supposed to, it's destroyed. And
so you opened it more than it was supposed to?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, well, I mean, it's why? I was trying to get towels from the inside. Well, I mean, I didn't hear what you said.
Further than you're supposed to. Why did you open it further than it was supposed to?
All right, let me ask you a question. When you open your fridge, have you ever kind of overextended the door as far as the hinges?
Not since I've been like an adult.
So you've never like accidentally,
maybe as a child, like not really like
you've never opened it a bit more than it's supposed to. Like, not necessarily. I'm not asking if you've broken a fridge door before. I'm just saying you've never actually kind of went past that point, or even a car door.
For the sake of arguing, yes. Let's say I have, because I tend to look in the fridge all the time.
Then you know exactly when you get to that point, you're thinking like, oh shit, I almost broke the thing. Well, I got to that point and it broke.
Actually, no, because I'm not swinging the door open. I may extend it. It may look a little to look further in the fridge, but I'm not overextending it to the point like that.
Okay, I'm not asking. I am not asking you if you've ever, in a fury, slammed open the cabinet door. I'm just saying, you've never opened it, kind of went to that point where the hinge kind of goes a bit off its screw because it's past I'm
a bit off my screw, but not like that. Not like that.
No, but so the answer is yes, you have. Then you'd understand how.
For the sake of arguing.
Yes, so then you'd understand how if you have old furniture that's somewhat withered, that's also rotting on the inside, how it would then break, and how such a breakage isn't indicative of some sort of fury.
So we're not asking about like a hypothetical case of breaking it.
No, we're not talking about
the
hypotheticals.
specific
We're talking
one
about what
where
happened.
you broke it. Yeah. So
Yeah.
what was the deal, man?
That was excellent timing on my part, and she wrote that on the restraining order. Again, I don't know if she interpreted that as anger, but I would reject that accusation wholeheartedly.
So
Is
like
there
you're going
any
about your day, and you just like fling the cabinet open, it snaps off, and she's like
Well,
peeking around the corner at you. Like how did this like whole scenario happen?
I mean, let me try and remember something from 2 months ago. I open it. I assume she kind of thinks like, why are you slamming things? What's going on? Like something breaks and people immediately chalk it up to anger and not an accident. That's my answer.
Like,
It
was there
wasn't roid
anything
rage?
Is
about
that unsatisfactory?
Yeah, a little
like
bit.
Okay,
was
then
there anything
how can
about
I quit?
that day that like kind of like were you responding to something else? Was there anything else going on that kind of like amped up the
Are we?
tension in the house?
Are we getting into the circumstances leading up to the 12th? Because let me actually take a picture, show this to Judas. He can throw this on a tweet. Yeah, a couple
I
things
will.
happened. Yeah, okay. All right, let me go ahead and take a picture.
While you're doing that, can I ask a question real quick?
I mean, I'm
We
going to
have
send this to
DV's
you like
Zavi
right
here.
now, so, huh?
Yeah.
I would
DV's
like
Zavi just popped in and asked a question. So may I ask the question that he asked?
I can't stop you. Go ahead.
DV's Zavi has asked, what's the most expensive Mother's Day gift you ever got your mom?
What that I've ever gotten my mother?
The most expensive. Did you get her a gold link chain? Did you get her some Yeezys? I don't, anything.
No, nothing like that. I would, unfortunately, I would say it was just some $100 gift card to one of her stores.
Interesting. Because
Yeah, no, I mean,
Mother's Day passed recently. I bought my mother dinner and I got her some flowers and I got her some
wait a
nice stuff.
second. I'm sorry. Are you going to give me shit for not violating the restraining order? Really?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's Mother's Day. I'm talking about in general. I'm
Yeah,
not
no,
talking about this Mother's Day. I'm
yes, this
pertaining to
Mother's
Mother's
Day
Days
when
in
the
the
restraining
past.
order was in place. You're mad that I didn't violate the restraining order?
Why would I be mad that you're in jail? You're free right now. That's fucked up to even imply, actually. I'm
All right, that's
offended.
nice, but again, you're trying to give me shit for not sending a gift while the restraining order was in place, so I don't know what to tell you there.
I just
So
want to
you
ask.
ask, you'll continue. I'll let you.
Yeah, thank you. No, I just wanted to get one question in. You were talking about how the furniture at your mom's place is old, and has mold on it. Is there any other place in that house that has mold, or is it just
Yeah,
specifically that?
no, I hate to say. Well, first off, um, yeah, fuck it. They are actually that's an old house, and the owners are actually going to remodel it. They actually need to leave. There's a lot there yeah, it's not in good shape. So, for instance, in my room, if you look at the south part of the ceiling, you'll see that the actual AC ducts cause some sort of leakage, and there's just yellow on the ceiling that trickles onto the wall. That's number one. Number two is the door frame into the bathroom there. If you look on the inside of the bathroom door frame, well, yeah, there was termites there. I don't know if the termites are back, but there was just structural damage there. And I actually had to help my dad replace the door in there because there was a problem with the door just being able to shut. That's to as far as the attic. The last time I was in the attic was years ago, but I don't think it's in good shape. I think my dad actually had to replace the insulation that was in there. That's three. And then if you just look on the outside, I mean, if you just like kind of door knock on the outside of the house, you could just look up. You'll see on the patio, it's very old. Like, there's a reason why the owners are looking to remodel it because it's a house that was built in like the 50s, and it still has popcorn ceiling all over. It's not in good shape. Um, and then there's just like cracks. Yeah. Am I still here? Hello?
Yeah, we fell asleep,
Yeah,
but go
we can
ahead.
hear you.
All right, that's fine. In the bigger part of the room next to the master bedroom on the north side, there's cracking in the ceiling leading up to where the attic was, I believe. Like you just look up, you can look in different parts. It's not in very good shape. I hate to say it, but I mean it is an old house, so that's expected. And then also in the last months that I was there, you would just hear like a really like a creaking from the actual house itself. Like I'm not saying it's gonna fall over, but it certainly sounded like it was.
So the condition of the house is what you're blaming for all the things falling apart. Is what you're saying.
Well, no. The house itself is its own thing, but my mother's tendency to have antique furniture there that really should not be there
Did,
because it's just an
did
old
she go to
shape.
Antiques Roadshow or something? Like, is she one of those people
Well,
that go and she's like, "Can you appraise this $1,600 spoon that I got from Ireland?" Is she one of those type of people? Is what you're saying?
no. It's more like no. It's more like, oh, here's an old thing. I mean, I
Here's
think
an
to a certain
old
degree,
thing. I got
huh?
old things too, so I got old things too. But that's not a great description. Well, what's an old thing? I got an old penny in the car right now. Should I go grab that and say it's an antique?
Well, I mean, if you let me finish, I was going to say that to a certain
Oh,
degree,
continue.
oh, thank you. Um, to a certain degree, older things, cars, are just of better quality. So, like for instance, there's an old TV cabinet that's been more or less relegated to a clothing cabinet for her. Um, I mean, yeah, she is the type to prefer older things as opposed to like modern, squarish furniture. So
Just like
that's
a
not like
freestanding like cabinet unit, or was it actually like part of the house?
no, it was a freestanding.
Okay, what was in there?
Towels, blankets, it's just, and also
So it was
those
a
yellow
linen closet.
microfibers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so it
more
was
or
a linen
less.
closet.
Yeah, more or
So
less.
you destroyed a linen closet, is what you're saying, in the
I
Silver
mean,
Age.
if you look at the bottom of the actual linen closet itself, you'll see that there's actual rotting occurring. So as far as me destroying it, I would reject that and say that it destroyed on me, and I was a nice sucker for it.
It's a suicide closet. It just
No,
walked up to him and blew up.
no. I just wanted to ask one question in relation to the house. You don't have obviously you don't have to dox yourself or whatever, but you made a video when you were making your gifts and go, and you you were on the verge of being homeless at your dad's place. Are you
Not
still
there.
living?
That's not my dad. That's not my dad's place. That's another residence that I was at. No, and I, of course, was not at that house.
So where are you currently staying?
Not at the old residence.
Do you live with a friend? Do you live at your parents again? Like,
No,
that's
I
what I'm
don't
trying to
live
get
with
at.
my parents. That's impossible because of the 10-year RO.
May
No,
I ask another
I found
question?
my own unit. Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
got it.
Diggory who's listening asked if you knew the cabinet or the linen closet was so bad, why did you use such excessive force?
Um, well, I mean, I didn't know that the hinges were rotting out on me. I mean,
But you just said that there was mold,
no,
though. So
on the bottom.
not,
Yeah,
at the
on the
bottom.
actual
Oh, okay. I
legs.
didn't
Yeah.
have to specify. Yeah, okay. I
Oh,
didn't
I
understand
said
that.
that.
Okay, that was
I
me.
said that. You can rewind the tape. I said that. It's at the bottom.
Oh, I will. This will be uploaded
Yes.
to the Judas Chew channel on Rumble and Kick and YouTube and all those fun places, so you can rewatch it.
Awesome. All
But
right,
thank you.
cool.
Yes.
Then you can see that I actually said that before.
So
Okay, I will.
other
Yeah.
than grabbing, or like the allegation of you grabbing your mom, was it by the wrist? Is that what you said?
Oh, well, I mean, that would bring us to the circumstances of that day. Yeah, she was trying to claw at my face, so I restrained her. She has said that there was bruising on the wrist. I assume that that's what that was from.
What happened before she started clawing you?
Oh, quite a bit. I mean, then I guess we're going into what occurred on April 12th. So, long story short, I brought my computer over to the living room. It was early in the morning, like 7 a.m. I woke up super early. I was just researching like actual government agencies, like specifically the DIA, because the story that I was writing.
Wink, wink. Researching. Wink, wink. Researching. Yes, I believe you. Continue.
Yes, correct. I was on the Wikipedia page for the DIA. And I also had Eiffel 65. I was listening to music and just looking up some stuff that was going to help me write my story. I turned on the house fan, not the AC, but a fan in there that connects to all rooms. And because she was very paranoid about the electric bill, she immediately ran over from her room, rushed me, and said, "We're turning this off." And I said, "Can we please have it on? It's ungodly hot." It was 7 a.m. It was already like some 80 degrees. So she
Can I ask a question? Well, how old is your mother? If you may answer that.
She's in her 50s.
She's in her 50s, so she might.
Okay.
Sorry. No, it's okay. It's all good. I'm sorry.
She's 56.
So your mom's in her 50s. She's 56. You can consider she's going through menopause. You know, she might not want it, and she might be having like a heat flash or something. You ever consider that her feelings in the situation?
You know what? You got me. I'm sorry that one of my first thoughts when I look at my mom is not menopause. So I guess that slipped my mind.
I mean, that's just being considerate because women tend to go through that. Even your own mother.
Oh, so now we're getting into the conduct. My conduct towards her over the last year, following from her stroke
I'm just saying.
No, I mean, I'm not grilling you. What I'm saying is that if you're trying to say why weren't you more considerate, bro, I would say I actually was.
Bro, why aren't you more considerate, bro? Like, it's a simple question.
Okay. If I did not.
Good answer.
I just want
hold on. Let me address this. If you're really gonna grill me for not considering menopause of all things, I would say that's pretty fucking stupid. I don't think she's going. If we're really on that topic, I don't think she's going through that. But that's really beside the point.
She's 56, I'm not led to believe. Bro.
I'm not led to believe that she would. I'm not led to believe that precisely on April 12th, 2025, she suddenly started going through menopause. So I would just say that's pretty fucking stupid. Like, I'm sorry.
So what happened? What happened? The house was hot.
Yeah, let me get back to the story. So she walks away. I'm thinking like, okay, well that was kind of weird because she rushed me and she has size to her. Like, I'll just say her hands are bigger than mine. Like following her stroke.
Ian,
she's made it
just tell us what happened. I don't
hold on. Let me detail just exactly.
Yes, please allow him to. In the most
I promise the size
details,
of her hands
please.
is irrelevant. The size of her hands is irrelevant. Just tell us what happened, man.
Well, I mean, her health is relevant, though. I would think that's material.
Yeah, if her health's relevant, then why don't you consider her menopause? And why are you getting mad at your mother for telling you to turn off a fan, bro? Like, I don't understand. Like, what's going on with you?
All right, well, are you going to let me finish, bro, or are you going to interrupt to allow me to continue?
Bro, yes, bro, continue.
All right, thank you. So she walks away.
I'm just being a little off track. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine. It's not my fault that he keeps interrupting. I would like to continue, so let me go ahead.
She
walks away. Continue, yeah. She walks away. I'm walking back to my computer, and she actually rushes my computer, trying to slide it off the table. And I'm just like, what the hell are you doing? Like, I grabbed the computer, and I'm looking at her, saying, "Please don't do that. That's kind of crazy." And then she just is yelling more and more. Nonsense.
Wouldn't you destroyed a linen cabinet, bro? Like, bro, so why wouldn't you be offended or scared? You destroyed something. I'm just saying. You gotta put yourself in someone else's shoes.
Why haven't you actually checked your DMs and saw the thing that I sent you? Because you'd see that
I did. I did actually. I've been done that.
So what is it that I sent you?
You sent me a picture, and it says right here, industry. It has your report number, the station, clarification of incident, and your signature, or the deputy's name, excuse me.
Yeah, no, that sounds more or less right. What's the date on that? It's April 9th, 2025. So on that day, she actually threw a mop at me, and then 3 days, 3 days
Mop
before.
at you, like the
Yes,
funky
correct.
he just threw
Yes,
that
correct.
shit at you.
Yes, correct. Yeah, she threw a mop at me, and then 3 days before, on the 6th, she actually cornered me in the house with a giant Michael Myers-sized knife, obviously threatening me, but, you know, didn't say, I'm going to get you. She was talking to me about something else, but regardless, I was fucking scared because it doesn't matter if a knife is being held, even by a child. If they start swinging, they can do some serious damage. So, yeah, as far as
So she was just
circumstances...
talking to you with a knife in her hand?
That's on another day, but my ultimate point as to why I brought that up is that she was absolutely an aggressor leading up to the 12th. So day of the 12th, she tried to destroy my laptop. She walks away, and then she just calls the cops.
You didn't describe an aggressive act. You just literally said she was just holding it, not threatening you.
No, you can rewind the tape. I said that she started wagging it towards me and kind of cornered me in the house. Again, it helps. This helps me if you actually listen, so please try to do that.
I will.
Okay,
I
but
will
you just
somehow I
clarified
doubt
that she wasn't
Somehow
threatening
I
you.
doubt that. On what
How
day?
was the wiggling? Was it aggressive wiggling? Was it up and down? Was it side to side, vertical, kind of vertical? Explain it.
I mean, just imagine you grabbing a knife and then you kind of wave it towards someone, up and down, I would say, blade up, blade down.
Like Michael Myers? Or like Jason Voorhees style, where it's like inverted? Like,
well, no, I brought up the Michael Myers because it was one of those kitchen knives, like one of those giant, sharp, triangle ones.
a kitchen knife.
Oh, a sharp
Yeah,
knife.
it's a kitchen knife.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty gigantic, like the size under a butcher knife. But she waved that, and you can rewind the tape.
Did she feel threatened?
She waved it
Was she
and
threatened?
cornered. She waved it and cornered me in the house.
Like, what was
We're
the
in the
context?
bathroom, in the corner of the living room.
No, in the
details.
kitchen leading to the bathroom, meaning that the bathroom was really like the only other way that I was in, and I was already in there. So I was,
Was she cooking by chance? Was she preparing food?
She actually was, but she still approached me really fucking hard.
She's making you like fajitas or something. You're accusing her of this stuff, bro. Come on, man.
Your Honor, she was only cooking. What does it matter that she closed the distance some 7 feet? She was only cooking fajitas.
Bro,
It doesn't matter that she was now in the hallway.
You go to the
in
gym.
The kitchen,
you
in
should
the
be
bathroom.
able to have some hand-to-hand combat experience, I would think. You destroy linen cabinets. I would assume you would know how to handle yourself.
You're cutting in and out like really bad. Like I said, even if a knife is being held by a kid, if they start swinging, they can still do a lot of serious damage. This is obvious stuff.
Okay, but you was she threatening you or not?
Well, I asked her about that, and of course she had to say, "Of course I wasn't threatening you. I was just talking."
But nevertheless, are you threatening me right now? And she's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? I'm just like cooking dinner."
Yeah, no, I actually did say, "Don't wave that at me. Don't threaten me." Correct, actually.
Ian, is your mom fat?
What?
Is your mom's weight? Is she overweight?
No. This is why I was trying to get into my mom's physical health. She's actually in amazing physical health. She made a 100% recovery from her stroke, and she no longer has a stoma on her.
Wait, so you're telling us that you had a stroke victim waving a knife at you, and you felt threatened by this?
Can you repeat that?
You're telling us that you had a stroke victim waving a knife at you, and you felt sufficiently threatened to escalate, yes?
No, this is a whole other day. Incorrect. I retreated and did my best to de-escalate the situation.
What is this, Mario Party? You retreated to get the... What are you talking?
Yes.
You escalated the situation, and instead of taking responsibility, it sounds like you are just putting the blame on other people.
I think you guys are mixing up the days. I'm talking about an event that occurred on April 6th. I'm talking about an event that occurred on April.
So can I ask something?
I'm talking about an event that occurred on April 6th. This was not the day of my arrest.
So how often does this happen with your mother? So this is 2 instances. Is there any others?
I'm trying to hear you. You're cutting in and out.
He's asking how frequently does she do this. You're talking about 2 instances, but how many others have there been?
No, this was only recently in April. So what I showed Judas was on the 9th, the day when she threw the mop at me. The police didn't file any police report. All they gave me was the incident report. There's probably
That's
another
what a
picture I should
police
take
report
as far
is.
as my 911 call on the day of the 6th. That was when she cornered me with the knife. Again, they didn't file a police report on that day. And then,
You had an incident report, right?
and then,
He gave you
huh?
he gave you the incident report sheet. Like he gave you the little.
Incident report is not the same as a police report. It's
It is the
basically
same.
Yes, but they can still
Who do you think
give you.
writes an incident report?
Hang on, I have two people yelling at me. Choose one.
Yeah, you choose. Who do you want to yell at you, me or Scout?
Can you
Choose
repeat that?
wisely.
You're cutting
I
in and
said,
out.
would you rather me yell at you or Scout? Which one would you prefer?
Can you use your words in such a manner that I can hear you?
Hey, man, that's
Just
not cool.
Scout.
Picking on a guy
You
with a
can
speech
say no.
impediment.
You
What a
can say
dickhead.
no. If you cannot do that, that's fine.
Do you
Okay.
think that you could have just said, I love you, Mum, and she probably wouldn't have wiggled the knife at you? Or just a
Well, I
little
mean, I
bit of
told her
love
that.
there?
She told her not to wiggle the
What?
knife. Oh, Mom, no wiggle the knife. We want tea and biscuits today. Like, what are you talking about? You cornered your mother, it sounds like.
You are seriously cutting in and out. I don't know if this is my internet, but I can't hear what you're
Oh,
saying.
Okay.
okay, I will fix it. Hold on.
I was
I'll be
gonna
Yeah.
back.
say, Judas
Let me.
said,
I'm actually on a VPN right now. Let me jump out and then come back in. It might be me.
Oh my
Just
god.
2 seconds.
Certainly.
This guy.
"Oh man,
The question I have to ask is, what kind of situation did he have to put her in that she felt the need to pull out a knife?
self-defense one."
That's it. I'm asking the same question. He won't. He refuses to answer. It's a very simple
No,
question. You're cornering your mother, and
he
she pulls
did
a
it.
knife
That's
on you.
why.
He's back. I think he's probably going to be requesting.
Yep, certainly.
Oh, I will request him in right now again because he's playing games like usual.
Look, I feel the whole situation could have been resolved if he only just told her that he loves her.
It's the I love you, Mum. Here, let me put the kettle on. Let's have a cup of tea. It'll be fine.
Well, I think the theme is like she has to chase after him to get him to do like any chores. So he's like constantly like when he's saying retreat, he's just trying to get out of like cleaning the fucking kitchen. She's like, hey, get in here and like start scrubbing. And she's like cooking and she's probably like all sweaty and trying to make dinner. And he's just like running around, just fucking making fart porn and shit. I'd be curious too.
Again, the question I have to ask, and the one that I think should be asked while it's nice and quiet and we can't be interrupted, is what kind of situation, in what kind of circumstances did this chap put his mum, right, for her to feel it appropriate to come after him with a knife? Because I'm willing to believe that she came after him with a knife. What I don't know are the circumstances that led up to her coming at him with a knife, or at least being in the same proximity of him with a knife.
Well, literally, he said she was just making dinner. So
right.
he's trying to create this like criminal history against her and say, oh, she did this. You don't understand my mom. She's out of control. But like all of this equates to like jack shit. She threw a mop at him probably because he's a little fucking prick who doesn't clean up shit. She's making dinner. He's standing there and she's probably like, hey, can you like grab the dishes out and put them on the table and like gestures at him with like the knife, like take the fucking plates out of there and put them over there. And he's like, oh my God, she wiggled the knife at me. I'm in fear for my life.
And he's now in here like and now he's in here like Palpatine. The attempt on my life has left me scarred and disfigured.
The knife raped me in a corner in 1992. But no, I just find it really funny when I asked him if his mom was fine. He was like, actually, no, her body's hot as fuck.
We must reform the X-Space into the first galactic empire.
Don't give him any ideas, because he's going to start assembling a dragon fart porn army, and he's going to start coming after us one Star Destroyer at a time. Let's not give him any ideas.
Hang on a minute. Dragon fart porn. Let's talk about that for a second, because I joined this space because I see my good buddy, the Tomato, Devious Dave, in a space, and I come on in here.
He's the co-host.
Yes,
Can I give him a lore? Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. If you're interested, I could actually tell you a little bit about our little boy here that we're talking about.
would love nothing more than to learn about the dragon fart porn.
Okay, so to give, oh God, we have all day.
Of course you would, Brian. You're very interested, aren't you?
Yes, and if you hear
Yes.
wet slapping sounds, don't mind me.
the person that we're talking to, his name is Anime Sucks Copen Sneed. He is a former Kiwi.
A fat purple dragon farting and eating pizza in a car.
Okay.
Hello, Anime
I hate
Sneed.
to interrupt y'all. I hate to
You're
interrupt
good.
y'all, but Mr. Anime Copen says he will refuse to join unless we stop with the jokes and the mockery of his character. So, like a certain Christian Weston Chandler, Sonic 2 Prime, we shall not have him crash into slumber. So let's continue on. Let me.
I will shut up.
I will be a good boy, but I will say I am a big fan of your work. I very much appreciated when you got Nick Ricator to end up in a Zanny loop for half an hour, reading the same super chat over and over again and getting him to masturbate to a fat green dragon eating pizza and farting inside a car.
See, it's not all bad about you, Anime Copen Sneed. Like people like you. They seem to enjoy your ridiculousness. I don't know. So, with that being said, are you going to join, or are you just going to listen again like last time?
Yeah. Let's hear about that. I want to hear his side of the story because his super chats are ones I have come to respect. Hearing the sound of Joshua Moon having that quiet dread in his voice every time he sees the Autoboard URL in the super chats is one that I've come to respect. So let's hear. Let's hear this.
Well, it seems like he is not going to join because it says, I don't know what's going on, but it's not letting me speak. You're just not letting me speak. So, yeah. Bro, you were just in here. No one told your dumb ass to leave. Like, why do you play these games? Like, you're a grown ass man. You were just here. No one told you to leave. Again, I'm going to invite you again. Yeah, I know. He just all the last 2 days he's been this ridiculous. It's like, bro, come on.
I apologize if that was my fault.
Oh no, he's a grown man. I invited him. He should be allowed to speak. There's one space open that he was occupying, and he should be able to join. No problem at all. We have all day, Mr. Anime Sucks, Scope and Sneed.
The floor
I guess
is yours.
He has a lovely audience, and he's just gonna leave us to wait and wait. That's crazy.
Well, I say the floor. I mean, in this case, it'd be the upholstered seats, really, wouldn't it?
I don't know. He might be outside. My man might not have a house right now. I'm accepting the request to talk. Well, thank you. I requested you to talk an hour ago when we started.
He might actually have to restart it. Like I know that
Mr. Anime Sucks Hope and See. It is. So close your browser and rejoin. We have again all day. And you have about like 15 people watching you, so you got your audience, so I hope you're proud.
To be fair, he's not wrong though. Anime does suck.
Well, yeah, but you know, it's just the whole furry porn. You know,
in this instance, it'd be scaly, not furry.
Look, you guys just don't understand. It's art. It's subjective.
And I choose not to be subjected to it.
Yes, I was leading up to that. Thank you, Brian.
Finally, Mr. Anime Sucks Hope and See, the floor is yours again.
I mean, I'm trying to retrace back the conversation to what it was. You're asking me why didn't I tell my mom that? No. Let me finish.
Okay, you have all day. Yeah, go ahead. Go on.
Thank you. You're asking why I didn't tell her that I love her. I did. For one, why didn't I just grab the knife from her? Probably because that's a very stupid idea to do. And I can either engage with someone holding a weapon or not engage. I chose not to engage. I'm sorry you're not happy with that, but that's what I did.
It's Always Sunny? Did you do an ocular pat down and assess the threat level? Like, did you check on her and she's like, oh, she has a knife in that boot, so I'm not going to engage on her. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, no, I had to do a Fallout VAT scan in order to
Oh, you
evaluate
did
the
an
strength of
ocular
the
pat
weapon
down. You
used.
did. Oh my goodness! Wow, you must be a high-level security guard. Oh, I'm so
This is
impressed.
really gay.
So what did she actually threaten you with the knife or not?
Yes, correct. Yes. Just so
Okay,
you know,
what
nothing I'm telling right now is a lie. Yes.
No one says you're lying.
What was
You're
she
just getting
saying?
very upset.
Right. You're sure?
No, to be fair, everybody here has said, but everybody here has so far said that they are perfectly prepared to believe that somebody would wave a knife at you. What we
Yes, we
want to
have.
know is
No,
the lead-up to it.
that was only you who said that.
And
Come
Timmy, when
on,
you were
you're asking
gone, when you
what
were
caused
listening,
her.
we all said
You're
something nice
asking what
about you.
caused her to wave that towards me.
Yes.
I don't
So
know. I guess she
was
wasn't
it just
feeling
a
very
waving
good.
of the
Our
knife, or was
conversation
there a
had
verbal
nothing. Our
component?
conversation was something to do as far as I think like the circumstances of the house because we were expecting the move. In effect, we didn't disagree, but I suppose when she's not having a good day, she's not inclined to listen. So that was on the
Sounds like you.
6th. On the ninth, she just threw a mop at me. I didn't really appreciate that, and considering that she threatened me with a weapon 3 days before, that's what spurred me to call the cops. But it didn't matter because whether I'm being threatened with a knife or whether someone's actually throwing shit at me, regardless, I guess they're just not getting a criminal charge. And by the way, me trying to give her a criminal record, that's not true. It's just you're not allowed to attack someone. I'm not trying to put her behind bars. I love her. That's not going to
I would
help
hope
our
so if she
situation.
gave you life.
Uh,
As far as us bettering our situation, there were many things that I was trying to help her over the course of the last year while she was undergoing her recovery from her stroke of February last year.
Okay.
I
And
just,
sorry, go ahead.
I just find it unfair to you that you don't want to put your mom in jail, but your mom wants to see you incarcerated.
I mean, I'm inclined to agree, but where are you going with this?
I was just saying that I wasn't going anywhere. Wasn't a gotcha.
Okay. Mr.
Well, I
Mr.
mean, no,
Copensteed.
this is what I was trying to get. This is what I was trying to get at before. Is why exactly why the change on her part? Because she's smart. She's pretty smart. She went to college. Like she's
Did you go
not
to
a
college?
silly person, huh?
Did you go to college?
Have you read my thread?
No, I haven't. I peek at it every once in a while.
Yeah, I did. I majored in economics. I got that degree the day after the Ricada stream
Are you
last year.
working right now?
I am.
And what are you doing, if you can answer?
Warehouse work.
If I
So
may
you work
ask
in
a
Amazon.
question. If I
I
may
didn't hear
ask
what
a
you said. Yeah,
question.
what's your question?
When did the violent tendencies start? I'm curious. Like, when did she start showing outward signs of violence or violent intent?
That would be the 6th when she waved the knife. That was like the first time she ever did something like that, and that just caught me completely off
I
guard. And
think
then the
he's
first time
referring
she,
to in general. Just were you
Yeah.
violent
no,
as a
that,
child, or were you violent as a teenager,
oh,
or did
oh,
you
you're talking
gain
about
this?
me.
And just in general, yes.
No, I'm not a violent person. I didn't get into many fights when I was young. The only altercation I was in high school was actually I was
I'm asking
standing
about
up.
your mum. Sorry, I'm
Oh,
asking about
her?
your mum. Yeah, yeah. When
No,
did she start?
she's a very reasonable person. I would say probably never. And in fact, honestly, if she ever got into fights, I never heard about it. But she's not that person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So this isn't something that was a theme. Like this isn't something that could perhaps be chalked up to
No,
I don't know the stroke
no,
recovery.
no.
Because
If the
again,
question is like, is she abusive to people? No, she's
no,
not.
no. Okay.
No, she's smart. No, she's
So
very smart.
your mother doesn't go to Walmart and yell at people. So that's what you're saying, just to clarify.
Correct, Judas. To clarify, she doesn't go to Walmart to get into fights. What's your next
Okay.
question?
Okay. Let Green finish on what this friend is on.
I didn't hear what you said.
Well, I have a question. At
Sure.
what age did you start having an attraction to what you post now on your Twitter?
Well, I mean, we're talking about a serious topic. Are we transitioning right now? Because I more or less didn't even get to finish what occurred on April 12th.
I would like to.
Are you going to
I'd
go
like
through
to
the
jump in
entire
here.
month of April?
I'd like to jump in here. Sorry, Devious
Can-
Dave put
can
his
we
hand
do-
up during your when you were talking about something serious and talking about the serious topic at hand. So I think he may actually have something somewhat
Yeah.
intelligent to say.
Yeah, let
Yeah,
Dave have the
sure.
floor.
Let me-
This is unrelated to that, but I want to know what were the circumstances that led you to living with your parents well into adulthood.
Oh, well, I'm 2019 I lost 2019 I lost my job. I was living with someone else at the time. We were still together, and we were just kind of burning through jobs. I got some sales job, and that didn't last. And then I got work at like a really, really tiny like a water store, like those reverse osmosis stores, but they just stopped giving me hours, and thus the money stopped coming in. Then that's when I got the job at security. I dealt with that entire entanglement, and so because I just had no money, they let me move in, and then the coronavirus bullshit happened, and that just made things a lot tougher. I got some warehouse work at the time, and then I was just continuing school, and she was quite supportive really during that. Like she's college educated, like she's smart, so she was very happy to see me go through that, and she was pretty supportive. And then once I graduate May 2024, and bear in mind, like she is in her fifth. Like if you're
Can I ask
wondering,
a
oh, why
question?
wasn't I care? Can I
Why do you?
finish?
No, actually, I'm curious because this is prevalent to what you're saying. Why do you burn through so many jobs?
All right, so let me go ahead and finish. So I got my degree last year,
Good
and then I was
answer.
applying
Yeah.
to jobs. Well, let me finish this before I answer your question. I
Take your
applied
time.
to a bunch of jobs. I didn't. What?
I said take your time. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. So I'm actually trying to get something that's a bit better than just warehouse work, and actually, I got a pretty decent job at an independent post office, and it was there they actually paid for my notary public stuff, so that was something pretty lucrative. And actually, at the time, I was going through somewhat of a career change because I was getting more involved in my major, and I really did kind of love it. And I started tutoring at the university level, and that was something that I was pretty good at. So as far as like the plans, um, and if you're asking why I was going through so many jobs, I would just submit to you that in 2021 winter, I got a terrible warehouse job where they outright wanted me to use a forklift that was leaking gas, and they fired me as a retaliatory measure.
Are you
And
a
there was
forklift
just,
certified?
I mean, I was. I think it expired in last year.
Really? So you could be a
Yes,
forklifter
sir.
and making a decent living, but instead you're making anime porn. Interesting.
Well, I think I just said earlier that I work a warehouse job that's full time, but yeah, if you want to have your gotcha, sure.
That's not a
Um,
gotcha. I'm just being
are really?
honest.
Oh, really?
If
Okay.
I wanted a
So,
gotcha, bro, I would be on you like white on
so
rice. But continue.
anyway, as I was pursuing my degree and getting involved in that, I mean, you know, I also can't do warehouse work forever. Like my body's going to give out at some point, and it gave out a couple times. I actually like I've had physical injuries throughout the years that have caused me to have to go out of work, and I just kind of dealt with some pretty stupid stuff. One was the retaliatory firing from the warehouse job, winter 2021. When I blew out my shoulder, when I blew out my shoulder in 2022. I basically got fired because of that, and that was at a staffing agency, so there was just no way for me to ever seek legal recourse there.
How did you
And then
blow
it
out
was
your
shortly
shoulder?
after, huh?
How did you blow out your shoulder, if I may ask?
No, you can ask. I was pulling tape.
Pulling tape.
Yes, correct.
How how
Continue.
did
Yeah, I
it
Okay.
know. Yeah, I know. It
no,
fucking sucks.
how can you tell like exactly how it happened?
So, geez, that was probably one of the hardest warehouse jobs I've ever worked. It was 8 hours of nonstop just shoving boxes of kitty litter down a line. One guy palletizes, and then if they have certain things needed in there, as far as different bags or cat toys, you have to open up the box, throw it in, and then seal it. The pallet wrapping was really hard. Um, and at the time, I was actually really kind of into bodybuilding. It was kind of nice that I worked a warehouse job, and then after that, I could still go to the gym. And then I was getting my protein needs. And then I tried to hit a cut, And I think that just also, in addition, so me being on a calorie deficit in conjunction with slight dehydration there, just because that warehouse was freaking hot, like it was hard work. And then also, you also add sleep deprivation. It was just a perfect recipe for an injury.
It's very
if
interesting
you
you
just
say that.
use the goddamn forklift, you'd be fine.
Yeah, that
Right, but I mean, we're talking about like Biden era, so there was just like like
yeah,
no
Biden
jobs.
was really
Also,
hard on
but
the forklifts. Forklift industry still hasn't recovered from the Biden era.
God, I know those illegal aliens sure are a pain in the ass when it comes to the job
hey,
market.
I'm a Latinx. Now you're getting to personal grounds right now. Let's keep this very clean. Let's keep this kosher here, pal. All I'm saying is, if you have
Okay,
a
so I
forklift
can see why you're
certification,
going to be discharitable with regard to the economy. I can see why that's a talking point you want to stray away from.
what the fuck
Well,
are you talking
yeah, you
about?
can laugh, but I mean, I'm bringing up a good point that, yeah, there's not exactly a wealth of good jobs out there, and at the
Yes,
time,
there is.
I'm
It's
kind of
called not
taking what I...
be a man who burns through jobs and stabs their mother and breaks out living cabinets and has 12-hour days where they don't sleep, bro. You gotta
Well,
have.
I didn't know that I did not know I stabbed my mother. Do you have more information on that?
Can I?
Let me rephrase
No,
that.
you
You didn't
don't,
stab
because
your
you're full of
mother.
shit.
Your
No,
mother
you
pointed a
don't have
knife
more
at you.
information because you're full of shit.
That's why I'm clarifying. Why are you so upset? Your mother pointed a knife at you.
Yes, correct. On the 6th, she did.
Okay, just making sure.
Someone was asking a question.
Oh, I guess not. So,
No, it was me. Sorry.
okay, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
yeah, sorry. I just wanted to ask. You said you were going through jobs in 2019, and you said that you tried meth once in 2019. Do you think that could have
I
been?
never said that. I said that I was suspected of being on methamphetamine, and my drug test came up negative. I passed it because
But
I've
you
never
just
done
said,
methamphetamine.
but you just said you went on like a whole couple of days of not sleeping while you were working that forklift job, if I'm not mistaken.
That
Not
is
sl-
no. I said 2022.
Okay,
My
clarify.
plate was
Thank you.
full. Yeah, in
So how,
2022.
so how
In
did
20.
you beat the drug test for the meth? Like, how'd you get it out of your system quick enough?
I've never used methamphetamine.
Never say
In
never. Good.
2020. In 2022, I was. It was like I said. I thought I was pretty clear. I didn't say I was up for many days. I said that I was sleep deprived, dehydrated, and also on a calorie deficit, which is the perfect
3
recipe.
signs of
Well,
meth abuse right there. Methamphetamine abuse.
I've never been on methamphetamine. I don't know why you're trying to force that meme.
I'm not.
It's kind
What
of a
about
shitty meme.
You're
what
just
You
about
might want to
Adderall?
try something else.
yeah. Adderall. Are you on benzos or
I'm not on anything.
you probably?
Sober.
Ever?
Yes,
That's not
including
really
I am
why
steroids.
like-
somebody who doesn't do drugs would say that.
Well, someone who's also not on drugs would say that. So what's your point?
Let me put it this
Someone
way.
who
Cross
previously
your
did drugs
fingers.
and
Everybody's
is
on
not
drugs.
currently.
One at a time. I can't hear the both of you.
Sorry, go ahead, Juice.
As I was saying, you cross your heart and hope to die.
Sure.
Okay, continue on.
I'm very sorry that you all find it very hard to believe that someone's sober, but believe it.
Bro, I seen your back knee.
Sir, that's all.
Oh, it's bad. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's bad. But I mean, I would chalk that up to genetics, poor sleep, a diet with dairy in it, and then I guess chocolate. That's
I'm
my best
literally a
guess.
cow and I don't have acne like that. I'm just saying. There's just signs that I'm just pointing out. And if you don't believe me,
That's totally fine. But I mean,
okay.
I'm sober. I'm not on steroids.
Have you
Never
ever
used.
steroids?
Never.
Never touched anything.
Never.
Not even in
Have
high
you
school
been
you didn't
diagnosed
experiment?
with?
Correct. Yeah, I'm
Have
too
you ever
scared. I told you I'm afraid of injecting an air bubble and thus having a stroke. Like I am
Marijuana,
afraid of that.
you don't inject marijuana tablets. Like you don't inject alcohol, and alcohol technically is a drug, so
Right, I have
I don't
like
understand what that has to do with steroids.
it's
my
a drug.
scholarly friend, Drunk Ozzy, wishes to say something, I believe.
Sure, I
So,
mean, you may.
so a serious question: like, have you ever been with another man?
No.
Oh, just
But
the one
you
then. Okay.
Thought about being with another man.
Is this? I didn't know
Can
this
you
lore.
repeat that?
Can someone? Have you been with the man? I didn't know this lore about you, actually.
No.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I wanna put a pin in this actually for a second. Sorry.
yeah, put a pin in it.
So yeah. So you're not inclined that way or whatever. You've never been with another man, but the vast majority of scalies that I have encountered, particularly scalies,
Okay, but
are
I'm not a scaly.
homosexual.
All
So
right, but I'm
what's
not
with
a
the
scaly.
fat? So what's with the fat dragons eating pizza and farting?
That's an OC. Wait, hold on. Are we shifting over to this? Because I actually thought we were still wrapping up the April 12th thing.
I still
long-
don't know why, like, what the specific accusation was that led the judge to issue the restraining order.
Okay,
well,
that's a better
just
question.
by default, I mean, she, as far as the RO that she filled out, she just goes very over the top as far as what I'm up to. Very violent, and thus, I guess it's an immediate granting. And then I was served the next day. It was granted on the 11th, and then I was served on the 12th, the day she dialed the police and then had them come here. Because when she
Okay, but
dialed,
she
she
didn't
basically
say he's
says, "Oh,
very
he's going."
violent, right?
Huh? No, I'm not saying she's
He
very
didn't
violent.
just
What
say no. She didn't say that you're very violent. She made a specific accusation, right?
I mean, I would say that that's more or less the same, but sure.
What specifically did she allege that you did?
Filing.
You don't have to like clarify that you didn't do it or anything. Just what did she say?
No, I mean, as far as the restraining order that she filed here, there's quite a bit that she alleged. Number one was me grabbing her, almost causing her to fall. That never happened. Me yelling at her, pushing her against the wall with my body. That never happened.
You yelled. You did say you yelled at her. So the raising of the
No, I
voice.
did not.
You
You
did
can
say that.
replay the tape. I never said that.
Okay,
No, you can replay the tape. I never said that.
I
Yeah,
shall.
well, let's just get through the allegations and then we can like address the individual
Questions, yes.
things.
Continue.
Yeah.
Finish on.
All right. So what else?
Yeah.
What else did she say?
Yelling, me pushing her with my body, that just never happened. Me breaking a cabinet in anger, that was an old piece of furniture rotting out on me, which,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and then that's pretty much it. Then she also said, and then, section 8.2, 8B2, why do these people need protection? My son's behavior has been escalating. And, she's basically pointing to the events that occurred on the 6th and the 9th, I suppose, and then also the cabinet, which was, pretty unfortunate. And then the primary reason, Judas, why I sent you that incident report is because I was, in fact, doing my due diligence to really be preemptive about this because I had no idea really what was going on through her head. And to be clear, I wasn't necessarily the aggressor there because I wasn't the one who threatened the other person with a knife. By the way, if I did say that I did do that, you would not be saying, why did you try to grab it? You'd be saying, well, why did you do that? So I would ask why you're not saying that about her, but that's beside the point.
It's a
She threatened me with,
56-year-old
that's
woman.
beside the point. That's beside the point. Yeah, okay, that's great. And my grandmother slept with a knife under her pillow, so I don't see your
Because she
point.
didn't trust you, I
Yeah.
see. I can tell, bro. You're
No.
crazy.
My grandmother loves me.
I hope so. With the kind of
I
things
know.
you're being accused of.
I have
No, I know so.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Related to your mom. You mentioned that she was a stroke victim. Did you help
Yep.
her with care, like after the fact? Like, did you go take her to see?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So first and foremost, I said in the thread, maybe you guys just don't know, but when she did have her stroke, I was the person who carried her up and drove her to the hospital. Other family members, including herself, they can attest to that. That's just a fact. And then after that, she was in the hospital for some time. I was the one who actually left from my current job at the independent post office to take her home. And then we had a stay-at-home nurse there. And then when they left, she really... so the nurse basically was there just to show her how to do things. And then she is a really independent woman. And I really was trying to help her around the house. And she can also attest to this, too. There was many an instance where she would be carrying something super heavy. And I, because she has... there was also the complication, so she had a stoma and thus a colostomy bag. I, of course, was there to really try and help her. But she's an independent woman, and she would, there was many an instance where I would try to help her, and I'd be like, Mom, let me carry that for you. It's obviously heavy. And she'd just turn away and be like, no, I got it. And, that's just like, that was a common occurrence. But that didn't stop me from trying to be a helpful presence to her, just because I didn't want her stoma at the time to rupture. I didn't want it to get worse because she was dealing with so much bullshit as far as the administrative side of things, dealing with her healthcare. That was a nightmare that we had to deal with.
All right, I can add to that. So you're telling me your mother's a strong, independent woman. So you still allowed her to pick up certain things around the house when most people would be like a gentleman and say, "Mother, I'll pick that up for you." Okay, son, thank you. Regardless if she says
Yeah,
no.
like I said, there was instances where I did, and there was many instances where she simply refused help. So
How many
column A, column B.
instances? Is
How
this?
many? I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know. I'm not fucking keeping count, but it was like pretty damn balanced.
I would hope so because that's your mother and you should want to help your mother. I mean, that's just
I
common
know,
courtesy.
yes, I
And
know, and I love my mother.
okay. Dave wants to ask a question, so I'm gonna let Dave.
In this kind of the same vein of helping your mother, what kind of bills did you pay when you were living there? Did you help out with financials of the household?
So this is where are you talking about specifically when after her stroke?
No,
No,
in
just
general,
when you were living there.
like, do you pay your
Some
phone
rent.
bill? Do you pay the internet bill? You pay the cable bill? You pay rent? Do you pay water? You pay utility? Like, what do you pay around the house when you were living with your mother?
So I helped pay electricity. I also help pay with storage, and I do also help pay with rent there. This is where I actually would. So the meat of her frustrations towards me was absolutely due to the financial side of things, just because I would, in fact, unfortunately, have to blame the economy. Really, it was tough to find full-time work since I had that independent post office job in 2022. I was not working full-time. There was no way for me to get full-time. I was applying to places. I just didn't, I suppose, have the accomplishments or the experience to help throw that into more lucrative financial opportunities. I had to take small internships to help pad my resume. 2023 was that economic thing where they posted me, where we did that financial event. That internship was long-term, so that did help with income. The following year, I worked at the business tutoring center at my school. That also helped. Also, in the summer of, I think it was 2023, one of my professors at my school actually allowed me to tutor. But I mean, these opportunities were not full time. So she was unfortunately well aware of my. She was unfortunately well aware of my inability to pay for a lot, just because the last full time job that I had prior to the one I have now was spring 2022. So that's actually where I was really kind of, that's where a bulk of her frustrations were coming in. But make no mistake, I wasn't sitting on, believe it or not, I wasn't sitting on my ass letting bills stack up. I was constantly updating her as far as, well, I'm applying for this job, I'm throwing my resume here, I'm going to seek this opportunity to really help me out.
You know,
And
McDonald's
there's
hires,
always,
right? You can work at the morning shift at McDonald's if you really needed the financial security. But that's just me. But I have,
okay, but what makes you think I didn't send my resume there either?
because you're not working at McDonald's right now. They hire anybody. That's why.
I wish that were the case, because I mean, working as a manager at McDonald's isn't
You're
actually
not
the
going to
worst thing in
start.
the
You're
world. They
not
make,
going to be a manager when you start out. You're going to be like the fry cooker. You're going to be cleaning dishes,
yeah,
bro.
no, that's my point. Even if you work your way up to management, that's not a very bad ending.
It's not, but it seems like you didn't take that opportunity to apply for that.
Well, I mean, I did. So if again you're trying to ask like, how
That's
many
not a
jobs did you
gotcha.
apply for?
That's not a gotcha. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's just me speaking. I'll let you continue.
Okay, and I'm okay. Well. I mean, I've pretty much finished my point, but I'm just saying that I did actually apply for a wealth of opportunities. Safety advisor, different things at OSHA, warehouse, fast food. I have experience all over, so I definitely sent my resume all over. I just was not hearing back. It was just not. It was not good luck I was getting.
So
Let's take a year.
did you physically go into the businesses, or did you just apply online?
I mean, you can go in person. They always tell you to do online. So obviously, I was doing online on their sites, Indeed, LinkedIn, the site, the job board that's particular with the school, that's Handshake, and then also the old job board that they stopped using, which was Simplicity, everywhere.
Do you call these jobs and follow up with them?
I mean, I try to. If you're asking me if I was doing that like earlier on, prior to my graduation, not really, because I still had opportunities at the school that I was pursuing. In fact, in fall 2023, one of my professors just straight up said, "I'm going to recommend you to the Hoover Institution for summer policy. Try and apply for that." So, as far as getting some sort of job, like there were certain things that were popping up that kind of made that not really the best move to make, because there's always there's always, do I pursue education, do I pursue different opportunities, or do I just go into work full time? There were certain things that I was really trying a lot, and I didn't even get into that summer policy thing, but that would have been nice, and that would have absolutely helped my resume, and that would have helped me leverage that into a better job
Dave wants to
post-graduation.
ask you a question. So, Dave, you may.
So
Let me go.
you were talking about the year 23. What do you think your yearly income for that year would have been when you're in and out of jobs? What do you think your overall yearly?
No. 2023. I had a stable job at the time, and I also had different jobs that padded that. I mean, if you want an exact
let's
answer,
go 24 then.
No. I can answer for both, really. So 2023,
Right.
that was a wage of like, oh fuck.
What was that?
I got him.
His mom
Did he
just stabbed him
forget?
to death.
I think at some point we should probably start asking him about his art and then other topics, because the viewers are getting bored of us staying in the same topic. So
Yeah, he's sticking
Is he
to
actually commissioning this stuff, or like the Dragon platform shit, or is
some of it he
just doing it for
commissions,
simple
and
pleasure?
some he creates on his own.
yeah,
Because
he
there's been
uses stable diffusion.
hopefully he can return, or maybe his mother came at him with the knife again. We never know. It's been a wild stream so far. Hope you guys and gals have been enjoying.
His mom unplugged the router.
He didn't pay the internet bill. Bro got caught. Oh, he's connecting.
All of a
So
sudden, a
Hopefully
mob hit him in the head.
going to get his W-2.
So, Mr. Copen-Sneed, he's fucking left. Fuck! I was going to ask him about whether or not he would like to be introduced to a gentleman in a similar position. One Jacob Kenny of 3566 Little Timber Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I am going to personally remove him and then add him again because he's spamming trying to join. So let me do this. 2 seconds. I apologize. Let's get him back in because he's leaving.
I want to ask him about the art.
By the way, Devious Dave, Jag was listening briefly.
No, that wasn't him. That was a fake Jag.
No, that was Jag. That was actually Jag.
You sure? You checked it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know why he's coming here.
Because we're famous,
Jag
bro.
is
Silly Billy.
for the people who are not familiar with Jag. Look up Jaguar X Strikes at some point, and look at his history on Twitter Spaces. It'll be most illuminating.
Oh, beautiful. I shall.
He can be your next interview.
He's our favorite ball in the game of Kick the Retard.
Oh, I love the game. That's America's favorite game. Kick the autistic, bro. That's beautiful. And I apologize. He's not joining. I sent him a request. So as soon as he joins.
His mom fucking told him to get off.
He said, go get a job at McDonald's. And he had to oblige. That's wild.
I like how he's like, well, obviously I wasn't going to be a manager.
I was like, no shit.
No shit.
Yeah, you know he's lying about that because he immediately went to, oh, well, I'm going to be a manager. No, you're not going to be a manager.
Man, that's so funny. I've actually, okay, so you've applied to all these jobs. Did you follow up them? Nah.
Walmart and any fast food place is always hire.
Yeah, they need
If you need a job, it's better to work anywhere then
I need to give a
you know,
shout out.
hold out for the job you want.
I need to give a shout out to a Little Drip in the Gen chat.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Little Drip. Shout out. But yeah, hopefully the Mossad didn't get him. So. Man, this is a good stream.
He said he was looking up government stuff on his laptop or whatever it was when his mum attacked him.
My question was gonna be, is he a Fed?
I think
Did he get so pissed off at the government shit he was looking at, and then he proceeded to attack his mother or something? Like, what the
Bro
fuck is
is taking a 30-minute break. I guess he has to take a tinkle. I have no idea. So, guys and gals, get your snacks or whatever the case. This might be going on for a little bit longer because he's just hiding.
He's like, fuck.
He has to take us some more pieces.
He accidentally nuked his fucking Dragonborn stat.
Yeah,
I like
that's
how
why
he leaves right when I
said.
want to ask him the questions.
Yeah, usually when the heat gets pressed on someone, they want to dip. Well, we're gonna keep pressing them. We got this. I'm gonna return too. So, guys, please carry on. Hopefully, he returns. I'm gonna invite him one more time though, just in case.
I just think it's really funny how it's just no, I didn't do meth, and I did not stab my mom, who was cooking.
Well, one thing is, if his mom has a restraining order, where did all the evidence for that come from? Because they're not going to just give her a restraining order with no evidence.
Yeah, that's she lied on the police report, Dave. You don't understand. And I guess like the court just took her at her word.
They must have read it.
But that's the thing though. I don't believe. I think he definitely does drugs. There's no way he fucking doesn't.
His phone died. That's why he is not here. Bro came with chargers.
Put it on the charger the whole time.
Hey, thank you, but he's saying he can't join again for like the 4th time. So let me get him in here again because he plays too many games, like literally. So I'm gonna cancel it, and I'm gonna add him again. 2 seconds. Here we go. I added him. Hopefully he'll join. And he's not here yet, because of course not. All right, I'm going to be back again. 2 seconds.
David, please share your thoughts.
I bet he heard his phone on some dude's porch, like Daniel Larson.
He's gonna bomb his mom's house.
You see that video of Daniel charging his phone on some dude's porch?
Oh yeah. My favorite is whenever Daniel Larson is like recording a video and you hear like 5 Android like notifications while he's recording.
He's got the big old gamer headphones on.
My name is Daniel Larson. I am the President of the United States.
But yeah, I don't believe him for a second when he says he was applying for a lot of jobs. He's in a big city, ain't he? So he should have got something. You know, Walmart, Home Depot, McDonald's, anything.
I can see him like doing lots of interviews, but like even the most like dent-headed manager that would interview him would listen to how he talks for about 3 seconds and realize that everybody's gonna fucking hate him.
Right? Actually, I know how to deep fry the fries better than you.
Yeah, they're like, I see you have like 13,000 jobs over the last 3 months. What's up with that? Oh, God, well, see, because I reported that the forklift was leaking gas, and my mom told me a knife point. It was like, oh, get the fuck out.
What? Oh my God, dude. I can't fucking get over him, man. The thing that always gets me about him is like whenever you try pressing him on like certain shit, he gets so defensive.
So he's making excuses.
Like he got an excuse for everything.
He's making excuses why he can't join right now. So he's gonna take an extra minute to 2. So We got some more data to fill, guys. So let's have some fun.
That's okay. It's okay. I got all the time in the world to talk to retards all day.
Oh, so do I. I have nothing better to do.
Is he like,
I'll fucking stay here till 2 o'clock in the
is
fucking
he like
morning.
out on the streets right now?
What's up, Dave?
Is he out on the streets
I
right
have
now?
no idea.
He has his own.
Wherever he was, like you could hear traffic. It
Yes.
didn't seem like he was in a building.
He's out in the fields.
And
Got
Ian's on Skid Road right now.
okay. We got Paranoia. How you doing, man?
He's just a listener.
Oh, he's a speaker now.
Can
I
you
just
hear me?
yes, so I can hear you.
Nice. What are you guys up to? I'm here. We're talking to ASCAS.
Yep.
Yes, we are until he returns. Oh, he sent me a photo. Let's see.
We've been talking to him for the past 2 hours, and most of the conversation has been about his legal issues, how he got cornered by his mom, who had a stroke, who has a fit body despite having a stroke, and tried attacking him with a knife. But she also threatened him, but can't recall what she said, and also she was cooking while he got cornered in the. So that's kind of where we're at.
That's fucking weird. Okay.
Yeah, you gotta get to the dragon stuff.
Yeah, well, he needs to come back. That's what I want to do because everybody's getting fucking annoyed with talking about the legal shit, and I know he's like so autistic about talking about it because he wants to clear his name, quote unquote.
He
Well, I
does.
just want to nail him down to the actual facts. Like, there's two things that matter. One is whatever his mom alleged. The other thing is what did he do when he was served with the order? And it's like pretty clear. He would serve the order, walked away a few hundred feet, then came back and got arrested. It's just that simple. Like, it's not complicated. That's why you're fucking convicted. Like, the facts are the facts.
But
And
that's
the mom thing.
Yeah. No,
he can't. He's like he has to like spin up to the actual allegation.
I don't know how.
Sorry, I gotta go.
No, you're good.
Here, I'll be back.
Take your time, friend. As Anime Suckscope at Sea just said, he's unable to fence the space, which I find strange because Paranoia just joined easily, like no hesitation.
Dude, this fucking retard does not. Come on, man.
This is true. I have no need to lie. I'll even show
No,
him
I'm
the
not talking
DM.
about you. I'm talking about him. I know you wouldn't lie about it. Yeah, he's a fucking moron. Paranoid. Another thing, because chat is yelling at me about it, but also, his mom has really massive hands.
Like massive hands, like a fucking grab emoji.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you seen pictures?
No, he won't give us deets on that yet, actually.
That's fucking insane. What?
That's what I really want to know about the massive hands. And then someone and the other British guy, he came in and then we asked him if he was gay, and he was like, no. Oh my god.
I hate to interrupt you guys. I might have to open a new space because this idiot doesn't understand that he can just join. So I might end this one and then reinvite all you guys. I hope you guys will carry over.
I'll be here, dude. I could talk to him for hours.
Okay,
I'll join in.
Okay.
Sure.
Give me 2 seconds. This is part 2 because he can't join. So give me 2 seconds.
I guess I'll upload this to the